Hello, good morning children. Today I am going to explain class 6 history 7th chapter new questions and ideas. In the previous lesson you have learned kingdoms, kings and an early republic. So in that you have learnt about the new kingdoms. Those kingdoms Magadha and Vajji. How the Magadha kingdom there in Magadha empire only one ruler was there, and in Vajji empire so many rulers used to be there, and they used to gather in assemblies. They have taken decisions by discussing with each other. So all of them had it. They at the end of the lesson you have heard that when Magadha king, who is he? Magadha king sent his minister Vasakara to Buddha. What he has done, Buddha has given. As long as they work together, as long as they respect all the people, elders, as long as they respect priests, and they established rules, and women are not forced or captured, like these, all these, as long as they follow, that Vajji kingdom should not be captured, like that Buddha said. So those are the rules followed by the Vajja rulers. Now let's see how then after these kingdoms new questions and ideas arose. What were the new questions and ideas? Let's see in this lesson. Anagha's school trip. Here they have given about a girl in this box, children. I will read out now. Let's see. Anagha's school trip. This was the first time Anagha was going on a school trip. They boarded the train from Pune late at night to go all the way to Varanasi. So, from Pune to Varanasi, Anagha is going Pune to Varanasi. Maharashtra, Pune, you know, na children? Okay, from there she is going to Varanasi, and this is Varanasi in UP, Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Her mother, who came to see her off at the station, told the teacher, "Do tell the children about the Buddha and take them to see Sarnath as well." So, when Anagha's mother came to give send off to Anagha, then Anagha's mother told teacher that take the children to Sarnath and teach them about Buddha. Why? Why Anagha's mother asked to take to Sarnath, and why she asked the teacher to teach about Buddha? You also want to learn now? Let's see. Who is this Buddha? The story of the Buddha. Let's see. Siddhartha, also known as Gautama, the founder of Buddhism, was born about 2500 years ago. So, here Buddha's another name was Siddhartha. At the young age, his name was Siddhartha. So, Buddha was his another name, Siddhartha. And he was also known as Gautama, Gautam Buddha. Okay, Gautama. Okay, and then he was the founder of Buddhism, you know, Buddhism. He was the founder of Buddhism, one new religion. He started, Buddha founded this Buddhism, and he was born about 2500 years ago. 2500 years ago. So, Buddha, the story of the Buddha here. Siddhartha, who was known as Gautam Buddha, the founder of Buddhism. The founder of Buddhism. Buddhism means a new religion. And he was born about 2500 years ago. This was a time of rapid change in the lives of people. As you saw in chapter 6, some kings in the Mahajanapadas were growing more powerful. So, during the Mahajanapadas, Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. Janapadas means with small kingdoms, Janapadas means. But Mahajanapadas means who gain more wealth and power. Those places, those kingdoms were called as Mahajanapadas. As you observed these Mahajanapadas growing well, powerful, New cities were developing and life was changing in the villages as well. So, as Mahajanapadas were developing, new cities also developed and life was changing in the villages as well. Many thinkers were trying to understand the changes in society. So, as why so many wise people will be there, they used to observe what the changes were going, how the new kingdoms are emerging, new cities emerging, new changes are coming in the village lives. They have observed. They also wanted to try and find out the true meaning of life. As the people started to think, they wanted to know the meaning of the life. Here, the wise people, they wanted to know the meaning of the life. Who wanted to know? The wise people, many thinkers, meaning of life. Thinkers. Okay, thinkers, they wanted to know the life, the meaning of, what is the real meaning of the life. True meaning of life. The Buddha belonged to a small Gana known as the Sakya Gana. So, here in the Vajji kingdom you have learnt Ganas and Sanghas. So, here this Buddha also belonged to Sakya Gana. Sakya Gana. Buddha belonged to Sakya Gana, a small Gana. And was a Kshatriya. And he was a Kshatriya. When he was a young man, he left the comforts of his home in search of knowledge. At the very young age only, he left all his comforts. As he is a Kshatriya, he is a king from a noble's family. Then also, he left all his comforts at the very young age in search of knowledge. By the time only he want to learn the knowledge, he want to know the knowledge. That's why he left all his wealth, properties, all his comforts, and he left the home and roam away in search of knowledge. He wandered for several years, meeting and holding discussions with other thinkers. So he left home and he met so many thinkers, so many other thinkers. Here already in the introduction you have learned thinkers, they started to know the meaning of life. So here Buddha also met these thinkers and he had debates, discussions with them to know the true meaning of the life. He finally decided to find his own path to realization and meditated for days on end under a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya in Bihar. So after meeting so many people, so many thinkers, and after so many discussions, he wanted to know his own path by doing meditation. Okay, he was tired. So, what he wanted to do? He wanted to do meditation under a peepal tree. Meditation. He wanted to do meditation under a peepal tree. In which place? Bodh Gaya. Okay. So he sat for meditation and he wanted to know the meaning of the life. This Bodh Gaya was in Bihar. Bodh Gaya was in Bihar. Okay. On which tree he sat? Under which tree? Peepal tree. And what is the name of that place? Bodh Gaya. Where is it? It is in Bihar. Where he attained enlightenment. After that, he was known as the Buddha or the Wise One. So, after a long time doing meditation, he got enlightenment. Okay, after he got enlightenment, he realized. From after this enlightenment, he was known as Buddha. Siddhartha became Buddha. Okay. He then went to Sarnath near Varanasi, where he taught for the first time. So, after getting enlightenment, first time he has gone to Sarnath and he started teaching. He spent the rest of his life traveling on foot, going from place to place, teaching people till he passed away at Kusinara. So, once he got the enlightenment, he started teaching people, moving from one place to other place on his own foot. No, that time no transportation this, but he liked to go on foot only. So, he used to move from place to place and he taught the people about what he got in enlightenment till he passed away in passed away in the place of Kusinara. He died. Passed away means he died at the place Kusinara. Till his death, he used to teach to people. The Buddha taught that life is full of sufferings and unhappiness. This is caused because we have cravings and desires which often cannot be fulfilled. So, here, what Buddha said, people have so many desires. See, suppose for example, as a people, if you want a geometry box, your parents will buy. If your friend is getting more attractive means, you will ask again. You want that. That means we have enough desires. We can't satisfy them. So with this desire. Excuse me. So, with these desires, the people cannot satisfy themselves. So, that dissatisfaction leads them to unhappiness and sorrowfulness. Sometimes, even if we get that what we want, we are not satisfied and want even more. Of course, that new geometry box also your father wins. And again you will get a desire. You want a new bag, new shoes, new lunch box, new dress. Like that. We have enough, so many desires. The Buddha described this as thirst or tanha. Tanha means desire, korika. He taught that this constant craving could be removed by following moderation in everything. If we follow the moderation, we can remove all these tanhas, all these desires. So, he wanted the people to be moderate. What kind of moderation? Let's see. He also taught people to be kind and to respect the lives of others. So, he said the people to be kind and love and to respect the people. Including animals, we should respect the people and also animals. He believed that the results of our actions, called karma, whether good or bad, affect us both in this life and the next life. Whatever we are doing, whatever our actions in this life will affect now in this present life, and after our death also we have to bear the results. That is what Buddha taught. The Buddha taught in the language of the ordinary people, Prakrit. So, he used the language to teach all these things in the Prakrit language. What is the language? Prakrit. Why he used this Prakrit? Why he can't use Sanskrit? Because he wanted his teaching should reach all the common people. So, this Prakrit language is the common language what all people use. That's why he used this language to convey his teachings to all the people, so that everybody could understand his message. What was the language used to compose the Vedas? What was the language? Vedas were composed in Sanskrit language, but here he used Prakrit language. So we don't know. Only those meanings only we know very little. But in this Prakrit means all the people will know the things, what he want to teach. He also encouraged people to think for themselves rather than to simply accept what he said. See, if I am teaching, just don't go, just don't go, just don't pass, don't follow. You think yourselves whether it is good or bad, whether I am teaching good or not. Like that Buddha taught the people, said to people. Let us see how he did this. Let's see how he did this. The story of Kisa Gautami. Here they have given a box, children. Kisa Gautami. Who is she? Let's see. Kisa Gautami. Here is a famous story about the Buddha. Here also they have given a story about Buddha. Once there was a woman named Kisa Gautami whose son had died. She was so sad that she roamed through the streets of the city carrying the child with her, asking for help to bring him back to life. So here Kisa Gautami's son has died. She was in great grief. Son died. Her son died. So what she had done, she carried in her hands that dead son, and she was asking everybody to bring back him, to make him alive. A kind man took her to the Buddha. So one kind person who was unable to see her in grief, that person took this Kisa Gautami to Buddha. The Buddha said, "Bring me a handful of mustard seeds and I will bring your child back to life." So when this Kisa Gautami had gone to Buddha, Buddha asked her to bring a handful of mustard seeds. Ante avalanamata. Okay, mustard seeds. Bring handful of mustard seeds, full of in your hand, a handful of mustard seeds. If you bring like that means I will make your child alive. This was said by Gautam Buddha. Kisa Gautami was overjoyed and started off at once as she heard that Buddha will, if she bought a handful of mustard seeds, Buddha will make her son alive. So keeping that in her mind, she was with very happiness, she ran to bring mustard seeds. But the Buddha gently stopped her and added, "The seeds must come from the house of a family where nobody had died." When she was in hurry, then Buddha stopped and said, "You have to bring those mustard seeds from that family where no person has died." No person has died. Okay, this was the condition kept by Buddha. Okay, is it will happen in any family without deaths? Any family will be there? No, no. In every family, now and then, people will be born and will pass away. Nobody has died. Kisa Gautami went from door to door, but wherever she went, she found out that someone or the other, father, mother, sister, brother, husband, wife, child, uncle, aunt, grandfather, grandmother had died. So, when Kisa Gautami went every door and when she knocked, when she asked, "Is there anybody?" No. When she inquired, she found that from each family, anybody, father, mother, brother, child, uncle, grandpa, grandmother, like that, one or other used to die in those families. What was the Buddha trying to teach the sorrowing mother? So, from this story, what Buddha was going to teach that Kisse Gautami, death is common. How the people will take birth, like that only we will have to go and we have to leave this world one day. That means death also. Like birth happens, death also will happen. We have to accept both. This was the saying of, this was Buddha want to teach to this Kisse Gautami. Okay children, I hope you understood this lesson. The remaining part, what happened, you will learn in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.